Little people, big worlds. Zach Roloff makes bold political revelation. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I am Helen. Hope your day is so well. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel. Zach and his wife Tori discussed the recent plane crash in Washington, D.C. on the latest episode of their podcast. Zach Roloff made a rare political statement during the newest episode of his podcast with wife Tori. On the February 20 installment of Raising Heights, Zach and Tori talked about the tragic plane crash in Washington, D.C. on January 29. Recently, a terrible thing happened, Zach began. This is a couple weeks ago now that you're listening, but the plane crash in Washington, D.C. with the helicopter. I'm sure more information's going to come out about all that in the meantime. Bottom line, that was terrible. The reality star added before referencing Donald Trump's implications that DEI might have been to blame for the crash. Back to the beginning of this conversation, with you can be on the left and right, and you can have right-leaning opinions, even though you mostly resonate with left, or vice versa. I don't agree with how Trump politicalized it. Okay, blaming the flight controller as possibly someone that got hired because of DEI. Zach, I don't agree with that. I think that it's important to note that like 70 families' lives, 64 families' lives were just turned upside down, Tori pointed out. Give that couple days before you start pointing the finger at everyone. Every president I've known since I've started following politics has done this to a crisis here in America, has politicalized things. Let's put that down. This is not something new, Zach said. Trump's not the first president to politicalize a tragedy, so let's get that under the weather real quick. I voted for him, but I don't agree how he went about that, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay to say. Zach went on to argue that just because a person votes for a candidate doesn't mean they have to agree with everything that politician does. I don't think anyone that voted for Biden agreed with everything Biden did. You get what I'm saying a little bit, Zach asked. Like that should be better or more okay to say, but we're so decisive. Lines have been so drawn that no one can bend a little bit. And no one can have grace for anyone, Tori said, with Zach agreeing. The whole side of debate and conversation has gone out the window. lpbw. Matt Roloff's toxic side exposed. Caught calling fans ugly. Matt Roloff has been a huge part of the Little People Big World series. The lpbw star had begun his journey as a reality TV celebrity way back in 2006. Back then, no one knew that things would escalate so much that it would end up becoming one of the longest-running shows in TLC. Well, the show ended last year, and that too on a very sad note. Viewers must know how Matt's relationship with the siblings suffered when he decided to sell the farm to them instead of them buying it. Since then, the cast members of the show also started lessening in number. First, Jacob and Molly left, followed by Jeremy's wife and kids, and at last, Zach. It looks like Matt got bitter over this, as he wanted the show to continue. Looks like he is now resorting to cursing the fans to cope. What did he say to them? lpbw. Matt has too much free time after retirement and show's cancellation. As mentioned before, Matt wanted to leave his legacy behind by letting all 4 of his kids take over the 100-acre pumpkin farm. But when the time came to pass on that baton, he didn't do so as he demanded his sons Zach and Jeremy buy it from him. Well, since then, lpbw fans know the family wasn't the same, and most of them quit the show except for Matt. While lpbw has been officially canceled, Matt has kept emphasizing how he wanted the show to continue. Sadly, that didn't happen. So he has too much free time with himself. While it was his goal to make a dream house for him and Karen on the farm, he did so. Apart from this, Matt doesn't have many things to do around the farm as he has retired now. lpbw. Matt unleashes wrath on fans, called them ugly. Matt Roloff has been an important part of lpbw. He wanted to continue the show when all the other cast members knew it was high time it ended. Viewers feel he must be upset at this, but everyone knew once Zach and Tori, being the main source of entertainment, would part ways, a huge chunk of the audience would stop watching. So TLC found it fitting to end it with them quitting. Since then, Matt Roloff had kept himself busy. He announced his engagement with Karen Chandler in the last season of the show. But since then, he had been using the social media space to reveal how much work he was doing in his dream house. That was his big project before his retirement. But it looks like Matt hasn't been able to fully embrace his retirement life. Matt decided to use his Instagram to give a shout out to a veteran, Ronnie. He revealed that the person was special because they had come to the pumpkin patch for a long time, almost every year. So, the lpbw star shared his GoFundMe, asking viewers to contribute so he can buy a new trailer. Soon after, things turned a bit ugly and Matt gave everyone an earful. In response to Ronnie's post, Matt wrote, "For all those with ugly comments, I'm sorry you don't have the gift of giving regardless of how small or large. Giving is a pleasure, and I'm grateful to those who know how." Many believe Matt is expressing resentment because he is still upset over a lot of things like the family feud and the show's cancellation. So, what do you think? Is Matt genuinely upset over the negative comments, or did he lash out due to other things he must be suppressing within himself? Tell us in the comments below. Little people, big world spoilers, why is Matt Roloff calling out haters? Little people, big world spoilers reveal that Matt Roloff has started to call out haters on social media. Even though the show has been canceled, Matt still has quite a following on social media. Recently, he decided that he has had enough and began to call these haters ugly. Let's take a closer look at why Matt has decided to slam these haters. With so much free time on his hands, Matt has more time to share his life on social media. He has loved his time on Little People, Big World, but the farm is a lot to handle. Matt has shown fans that he can handle working the farm, with the help of his children and other family members. Matt was the only person that wanted the show to continue, but others were happy when they found out that TLC had canceled it. In the meantime, Matt has been hard at work on winter projects. He has also been working with different causes that he is passionate about. He wrote about a Marine veteran who needs some extra help. His name is Ronnie, and Matt shared his GoFundMe in order to help him buy a new trailer. Why he called out haters? Matt shared that Ronnie is a regular to the pumpkin farm, and he wanted to help in any way that he could. When he posted the link, there was a large amount of money already raised for Ronnie. There were a lot of positive comments from Matt's fans, but there were more hateful ones. Matt was quick to call the haters out. He wrote, "For all those ugly comments, I'm sorry you don't have the gift of giving regardless of how small or large. Giving is a pleasure, and I'm grateful to those that know how." He pointed out that he will delete the negative comments and ban the people that make them. He seemed pretty angry about all of the hateful comments. Matt was just trying to help someone else, and it looks like his fans didn't see the need for him to do so. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Hope your day is so well. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel